Mr. President, the other media company that I think we need to talk about today, Fox News, just informed the rest of Tucker's crew that used to work for Tucker, the staffers, the last 9 that they're fired. They have to leave and pack up by mid-July.
Well, I think they have some really great people and they have people that aren't great, but I think their attitude is not good, and they don't cover the election and they don't cover the frauds that took place, and they don't want to do it. They're afraid to do it. I don't know what their problem is, but they don't cover a lot of the things that they should be covering. They've backed a loser. They backed a guy that can't win, Ron DeSanctimonious, I call him. He's losing by 40 points. Some people say 51 points. He's losing by that. And they give him so much time. I watched today, they gave him a live presentation down at the border, which was very boring. And all he did is say, I would use various policies. And those were all my policies.
Earlier this week, Trump hopped on Newsmax to trash Fox News. He told Newsmax's Eric Bolling that he's interested in doing the primary debates there because they're a, quote, hostile network now. Now he brings up his interview with Brett Baer as an example of this.
And you have a hostile network like Fox. Like when I did the interview with Brett, I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay, but there was nothing friendly about it. You know, it was nasty. And I thought I did a good job. I've been given credit for doing a good job, but I've also, people said, why would you do it? Because it was really, you know, everything was like, and unfriendly. It was always, everything was unfriendly. No smiling, no let's have fun, let's make America great again. Everything was like a hit. So, you know, you have a hostile network and you have people that are obviously their candidates are against you, and they therefore are being hostile. And if you're leading by 30, 40, or 50 points, what's the purpose of really doing it?
Okay.
And of course, he had to add something positive that he had to say at the end of this, which was his praise for RFK Jr.
I will say RFK Jr., who I've known not very well, but I've known for a while, and I respect him. A lot of people respect him. He's got some very important points to be made. No, he's a respected person.
I'm sorry. Between Eric Bolling, Donald Trump, and that video they were showing of RFK Jr., that was just 3 very red men, the reddest men I've ever seen in my life. Not a shred of sunscreen between the 3 of them. But okay, Ben, I will say, I think he is right about one thing, and that is that Fox News has very, you know, at the very least tacitly, if not explicitly, thrown their support behind Ron DeSantis over Trump. But the idea that they've become antagonistic towards Donald Trump is absolutely ridiculous. But I think he really shows his ass at the fact that he says it's not fun anymore, which, like, for him, picking up the phone and calling into Hannity whenever he wants to, he really did feel like a superstar. And it was just, he enjoyed himself.
Yeah, and he'll keep doing that. I mean, he and Hannity are still BFFs. They summer together and romantic getaways in Sicily, I'm sure. It's amazing. You make a good point about how red these people are. I mean, that's when you become the ultra MAGA Republican. Your skin turns red. It's a beautiful thing, okay? And the second to last clip there is just quintessential classic Trump in 2 amazing ways. One, it's incredible how he still thinks, of course, his idiot followers lap it up because they don't have any sort of critical thinking skills, but how he even still thinks that reviewing your own performance means anything to anybody. I did great. I thought I did great in the interview. And then he realizes some part of his brain goes, well, maybe that's not enough of an endorsement. And a lot of people give me credit for having been great in it. Just citing always a lot of people, the mysterious lots of people that love the things he does. Many people are saying, but also it also shows how Trump's brain is just this manic bowl of insanity where he always speaks on all sides of everything with lots of personal braggadociousness thrown in there. So what do you think about Fox News, Mr. President? I think they have a lot of great people and a lot of bad people. The interview was great. I shouldn't have done it, but I did do it. I should have done it because the great thing is you have a chance to do it. But it was a hit piece. There was nothing wrong with it. A lot of people say I did great. I did not so great. People say I get credit for being great. They were nice and good questions, but I shouldn't have done it. I obviously shouldn't have done it because I should do it. Like, dude, pick a lane at least. Pick a lane.
Oh, if he picked a lane, then many people wouldn't be able to praise him. It'd be less people, and he wants many people.
That's a good point. He also just clearly in that particular rant, you could just see his brain being like, want to praise Fox News, want to praise Newsmax, want to diss Fox News, but also want to praise Fox News because I'm going to need them and they're bigger than Newsmax. So he's just constantly trying to like cover his bases. They're really nasty to me. They're a discriminatory network. They love me and I love them. It's like he wants to cover both.
I made a Rebel HQ video about this morning. Shameless plug, check it out, Rebel HQ on YouTube. And one thing, because he was in the interview, he was sort of, while he was freestyling in the middle, he's talking about how Fox didn't support him at the beginning of his presidential campaign, which is true. They didn't until before he became the candidate, when he was just in the primary.
Ronald McDonald didn't support him then.
Right. And he's saying, he gets to the point where he's like, and when I am the candidate, they'll support me again. And it's true. It was the same song and dance. Whoever they think is going to be the best they need the favorability of a Republican president, right? And if he's their guy, they're going to back him again. So I don't know. Even when we see these interviews with Brett Baier, who is a little bit more of the news guy on Fox News and less of the down on their knees for Trump guy on Fox News, eventually that's going to dissipate. If he becomes the president again, if he's even the Republican candidate, I think that kind of anything like that is going to dissipate from the network. I don't know. What's your take?
100%. I mean, I don't say this as a joke. I say this as an absolute fact. And Ray, I know you would agree with this. If Putin defected from Russia, if the coup was successful, came here and ran for president and won the nomination, Fox News 100% would be saying how great of a strongman leader we need. We need this Putin guy. He's a tough dude.
Yeah, they're already kind of saying that. So.
They are.